So until now we have seen a lot of things in Node.js REST API like logging and how to watch files, how to start the Node.js API in development environment, and how to inject environment variables. There are a lot of things. But it's time to build our Node.js REST API for production and also for different environments. To build the Node.js REST API, we might need a tool called Webpack. So first we need to understand why we need Webpack. So Webpack is a module bundler where it can take a lot of files and it will bundle those files into few static assets, and we can take those assets and deploy those assets into the server so that the amount of files that you migrate from your local machine to the server will be minimized a lot. So first of all, for example, let's look at this example where you have an application, and also in this application we have a lot of files. For example, in our application, if you look at the source folder, we have controller files, we have service files, we have repository files, and we have also logger and configuration files. So all these files, if you want to migrate, either you have to zip it or you have to migrate each file. And when in this process you might miss certain files, and because of that your application will crash in production, or it won't even start in the first place. So what Webpack does is it takes all these files and it will generate few static assets, and we need to take those static assets and deploy those into whatever the environment that you want to deploy. For example, here in our Node.js REST API, when you build the application, we take all the source files, we take all the files under that source folder, and it will generate only one file which is called API bundle.js, and this file will be placed into the server. When this file is placed into the server, all you need to do is you just need to run node and this file node API bundle.js, and your application is up and running. So you don't have to deploy or you don't have to migrate all the files. All you need to do is just take this file and put it in the server and run this file with the start command. So basically Webpack is a module bundler, and it will make your life easier, especially when you want to deploy your application into multiple environments. And let's get into implementation now. Okay, the latest version of Webpack is 5, but we are not using that since there are some breaking changes and there are some changes with Webpack 5, and there is a separate episode for that. For now we are using Webpack 4. So by default, Webpack looks for the file called webpackconfig.js. So let's create the file called webpackconfig.js. And we have index.js as an entry. In that we have a lot of imports. So Webpack will calculate all the related files based on the imports. So for example, index.js will have imports from controller. In controller we have imports from service, and in service we have imports from repository. So that is how Webpack calculates all the files and build a bundle. So that's why it only needs entry file and a output file. So let's change the entry to index.js. In our case, that is the index.js is the entry file, and the output file we're going to name that as API bundle.js. We can give any name, it doesn't matter. And since we are still in development phase, let's give it a mode development. And also the target. So Webpack can be used for web as well. Since we are creating Node.js API here, it can be run only in the server. We have to give target as node. So once you run the file, the dist file will be created. I just deleted that file And so first of all, we need to install Webpack CLI and Webpack. Since we are using version 4, let's install Webpack at 4 and Webpack CLI at 4. So one thing to remember, so the Webpack is only used in development. So that's why these dependencies needs to be added to the dev dependencies. These are not production dependencies. So that's why we have added those to dev dependencies object. Now we have installed Webpack libraries and we have index.js there, and in the package.json let's add a script for a build. So all we need to do is we just need to type Webpack. So when you type Webpack, the Webpack looks for Webpack config.js and it will take that configuration and it will build accordingly. So that's why we just need to add the script build Webpack. So when you run, so as you can see there are errors here. Webpack tries to build all the node modules as well. So here we don't need all the node modules. We don't need that Webpack to compile the node modules because those are already compiled. You don't need to compile all the node modules again. So for that we need to install one more library so that we can avoid all those node modules. So we have a module called Webpack node modules externals. So that when we include this, we will just tell that Webpack, hey, we just need to exclude all the node modules while building the project. So let's install Webpack node externals. Since this is also dev dependency, and import that. So since it's a plugin, so this is a plugin, so we just need to add this to a plugins object. Oh, sorry, externals object. So now we have built this successfully. As you can see, we have built the NodeJS API successfully and the dist folder is created. If you open that build dist folder, you can see API bundle.js, which is the name that we have given in the package.json. Sorry, in the webpack.json, webpack config.json. Oh, sorry again, it's a webpack config.js. So now all we need to do is we have to take that API bundle.js and run it. Node dist API bundle.js. Now we can see the API is running on port 3000 and the environment is undefined. So this is because if you remember in the previous episodes we have put all our environment specific variables in the .env library. I think this when we build the application, it is not taking those into consideration. Instead of it, there is a default values we have given for both URL and the port, and when we build this application, the Webpack is taking those default values instead of reading it from the .env file. We are going to see how to read how to use .env while building Webpack, while building the application through Webpack. We are going to see in the next episode. But so now the file index.html is not working. First we need to fix this index.html. So as you can see in the index.js, when you hit a default route, we have to load index.html. So for that there is a plugin called HTML Webpack Plugin. So let's install this. So since we are using Webpack 4, we have to install the this plugin version number 4. Now this is successfully installed. So let's look at the basic usage, and let's copy the import line and let's paste it in our webpack config.js. So even this HTML plugin doesn't work in our case, but we are still using it. We wanted to know why. I just wanted to let you know why this HTML plugin doesn't work in our case. So let's add plugin HTML Webpack plugin here to the plugins array. Again, let's build the application. As you can see, it is working fine. I mean, you can see the HTML page there when you hit it, but since this index.html is added with script API bundle.js, and it is loading API bundle.js in the browser. So API bundle.js is supposed to be working in Node.js, in the Node.js environment. It should not work in the web, on the web. So that's why it is giving that error. It doesn't matter whether we change the context path or if you change the path, it doesn't matter. It's because API bundle.js should be deployed into Node.js environment, not the web. So that's why it doesn't work. So instead of HTML Webpack plugin, we need to use CopyWebpackPlugin. So when we use this CopyWebpack plugin, it just copies index.html from the source folder to destination folder. It doesn't add API bundle.js script to the HTML. So the Webpack plugin is added. Let's copy the import command and let's add it to our Webpack config.js. So for this plugin, all we need to do is we need to add source and destination. So the first object is the source, and the second key is the to, which is the destination. So since we are putting this index.html in the dist directory, we have to give type as directory. So let's change that source to path.resolve or join index.html. Since index.html and webpack config.js are in the same path, and the two would be directory and dist. So let's delete that dist folder and run it again. So now the build is very successful, and if you look at the dist folder, we can actually see API bundle.js and index.html. And in this case, the index.html has only that content that actually is, that actually presents in that index.html. It doesn't have any script tag or API bundle.js file. Now if you hit the default route, we are loading the default page. So the application is running fine successfully, and instead of running this node in dist/API bundle.js every time, we can just add this to the npm scripts so that we don't have to remember destination folder or a file name every time we want to run the application. So we can just add this command to the npm scripts so that we just need to run npm run build to run the application, and also npm run build to actually build the application. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.